Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to ZIM Laboratories Limited 9-month and Q3 FY2024 conference call hosted by Go India Advisors. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star, then 0 on your touch-tone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Ms. Deepika Sharma from Go India Advisors. Thank you and over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Tushar. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the 9-month and Q3 FY24 earnings call of ZIM Laboratories Limited. We have on the call Dr. Anwar Daud, Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Shyam Mohan Petro, Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Zulfikar Kamal, Director of Finance, and Mr. Zain Daud, Investor Relations. We must remind you that discussion on today's call may include certain forward-looking statements and must be therefore viewed in conjunction with the risks that company faces. May I now request the management to take us through the financials and the business outlook, subsequent to which we will open the floor for Q&A. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you, Deepika. I hope we are audible because earlier on we had a few problems with the arrangement. So, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are pleased to welcome you all to our Q3 and 9-month FY24 earnings call. Our investor presentation has been uploaded on the exchange and we hope you have had the opportunity to go through it. The third quarter saw improvement in total operating income for the company, a growth of 12.2% in Q3 FY24, reaching rupees 963 million, up from 858 million in Q2 FY24. EBITDA and PAT margins improved to 13.1 and 5% for the quarter. The pharmaceutical sector remains the predominant revenue driver, constituting 80% of our total revenue, complemented by nutraceuticals contributing the remaining 20% for 9 months FY24. Our finished formulation exports business continued to grow in line with our strategy, contributing 246 million to our top line, a 26% quarter-on-quarter growth. The 9-month financial year 24 total is 643 million, contributing 34% to exports, up from 25% in 9-month financial year 23. The finished formulation business also saw us complete 10 dossier filings in Q3, while we received 3 registrations from previous filings. The domestic formulation business also witnessed a surge owing to significant state government orders for our nutraceutical products. We are steadily progressing toward making a presence in stable markets, with revenue contribution increasing from Asia. The Asia ex-India segment exhibited substantial growth, 38% year-on-year revenue increase, totaling 299 million for Q3 financial year 24. The domestic formulation business also witnessed a surge owing to significant state government orders for nutraceutical products, as I have already stated before. ZIM Lab, there has been a substantial growth in the NIP and OTF segment, our key strategic areas, during financial year 24. The NIP revenues demonstrated a 163% year-on-year growth, reaching 168 million during 9 months financial year 24. Simultaneously, the OTF, that means the oral thin film revenues, witnessed a 31% year-on-year surge, resulting in a total of 93 million for the same period. The total contribution from NIP and OTF now constitutes more than 10% of our overall revenue for 9 months financial year 24, amounting to 26.1 million. 260 million, sorry. Our focus on development of innovative products, NIP as well as the OTF, continues, and our R&D spend for the quarter was at 9.6% of the total operating income. Completed 1 new innovative product, NIP dossier filing in Spain and Portugal. This completes the 4th NIP filing in Europe.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Sorry, sir. Can you take device closer to you, as the voice is not audible. It sounds distant.
We completed Is it audible now?
Can you speak louder?
We completed one new innovative product, NIP dossier filing in Spain and Portugal. Is it okay?
More, sir. Can you speak more louder?
So this is the fourth NIP filing in Europe.
That's okay, sir.
We continue with our guidance of 2 more NIP filings in EU in Q4. For the ODS business, ZIM, along with its partners, have submitted 17 dossiers, of which 12 were under ZIM brand name. Our partners submitted 5 ODS dossiers. Online was also filed in Brazil, and Tanalabis in Indonesia, and Rizatriptan in Austria, establishing partnerships in key markets. Now, I welcome Mr. Shyam Patro, who will take us through the financial highlights for the company.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me present the overall financial results for Q3 and 9 months FY24. In Q3 FY24, a total operating income reached at 963 million rupees, indicating 12.2% increase compared to the previous fiscal. In EBITDA for Q3 stands at 126 million rupees, reflecting 17.8% year-on-year increase with an EBITDA margin of 13%. The profit after tax for the quarter was 448 million rupees with a margin of 5%. The exports, a significant contributor to our revenue, accounted for 76% of the total operating income for the 9 months FY24. For R&D investment in Q3 represented 9.6% of the total operating income with an expenditure of 41 million rupees spent on these studies and registration, with continued upgrading of plant and equipment with a capex addition of rupees 174 million in Q3 FY24-23. Total capex addition for the 9 months was at 514 million rupees. That's all from my end. Now I would like to invite our Managing Director to share his closing thoughts. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yeah. We remain committed to sustaining this positive trajectory and advancing towards our strategic goals. We can now open the floor for questions and answers.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touch-tone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. The first question is from the line of Darshil Pandya from Finterest Capital. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. Hi, sir. Sir, what are your plans going forward for the domestic markets? So are we going to cater to government or, private players, big private players?
Yes. That is for the domestic market.
Sir, your voice is very low. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
No, sir. It's still very, very low.
Hold on, I will try again. Can you hear me?
No, sir. It's still very muffled.
Let me try something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Hello, Darshil, is it better now?
Yes, sir. Very better. Yes, please.
Darshil, so
yes.
I will just try to understand the question. You are speaking about the domestic efforts of ZIM Laboratories Limited. And as I already said during my opening statement, definitely we have a focus in the institutional business and the domestic market to the extent of our NIP product. And I'm glad to inform you that several NIP products have been approved and registered in government agencies, and several orders have been executed in this quarter. And a big constituent of the government order this time was NIP product.
Okay. And so what is the update on the currency situation? The dollar shortage, has it stabilized or?
Yeah, there is some tightening still there, but this quarter, as you can see, there is continuous improvement in the state.
Okay.
Currently, problems are still there in the territory where we work, but there's improvement.
Okay. And so what are the NIP products under development? And can you please provide some insight on that?
Yes, as far as the development is concerned, companies normally give out names, but the technologies which are there, you already know about the technology. There is a development of several products in all the technologies that we have. Oral solvent, liquid pellet, then the composite matrix, the subsidiaries products, it's all there.
Sorry to interrupt, Shamsa. Hello,
there are a lot of filings which are also in the pipeline. We are keeping the deadline for the filing is the clarification.
Hello, Shamsa.
Could I give you the right clarification?
Hello, Shamsa. Can you hear me?
Yeah, your voice is clear.
Sir, your voice is a little bit distant. Please.
Hello? Is it fine?
Yeah, can you take the device closer to you and speak louder?
Yeah. I think now it's a free fine.
Yeah, it's right. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, please go ahead. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, does that answer your question?
Is the voice clear now?
Yes, it's better now.
Please tell.
Okay.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, this is the last part I just missed from your end about the NIP products under development. Can you please specify that?
Okay. So, about the NIP products which are in the pipeline, of course, the company does not give the specific products, but based on the technology, there are products which are under the pipeline in almost every technology platform that we have. And we are keeping to our guidance on the filings that we are going to make by March. There are several products more in the NIP pipeline which have been added as well. And as we shall close quarters in the near future, we will be advising and making all those products and their status public as and when necessary to be able to show you the progress on NIP products.
Got it. Sir, and obviously when we visited the plant there, you guys have launched a product called Sasa in Europe. So what's the update on what's the development in that specific product?
Yeah. So the first consignments have been dispatched, and the new orders have been received.
So we are getting a
yeah.
All right. Got it. I'll get back into the queue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Chirag Shah from White Pine. Please go ahead, sir.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the opportunity. So my first question is with respect to Rizatriptan and Sildenafil. Sir,
yeah.
We were expecting the revenues to flow from Q2 or Q3 of 24. So can you indicate the status over there? Because I know last month some basic shipment was happened for one of the products, but
yes.
regular...
That was Sildenafil. Chirag, that was Sildenafil.
And very small trial order.
Repeat order once again. So that's the status just now. And for Rizatriptan, the MA has been transferred and the packaging material and other things are under finalization between us and our partner. I think they are in the process of transferring it to their name, after which they will place the order.
So how much time it will take for it to flow?
Next quarter we expect all these logistics related issues to be resolved, and hopefully we will come back with positive news on the Triptan as well.
So next quarter means Q4, right? The current quarter, for which the results are going to come out.
Yes, we expect.
And sir, how big this, because last quarter whatever we did for sildenafil was very basic trial order, right? But how big this potential is over here over next 2 years? How big this two can be? If you can give us some insight, or if it would be helpful.
Well, normally, ZIM doesn't give this kind of guidance of how big it will become, because they are in that launch phase, and it's a new drug delivery system. Sometimes, for example, I have given you very positive news about the total now NIP products, and including ODS. The growth that they have in this last quarter is, I think, now it constitutes 10% of our total business. So you can imagine the potential together NIP as well as the ODS business have. I also spoke about the registration of the ODS products in different government departments, from where the volume is going to be substantial. We are expecting that, and therefore the observation and the product becoming popular and commonly available in many different channels, which will lead to its popularity, and we are very confident that it will find its place as another acceptable dosage form in public view, as compared to being a niche product just now.
Okay. So the second question, or actually related one, is that so sequentially there is a drop in NIP plus OTF, and in fact there is a drop in both of them. In fact, what I was under the impression that sequentially also we will keep on seeing increase in NIP plus OTF combined. But I see in Q3 there is a drop in sequential in both the revenue streams. So sequentially the share has actually gone down versus what it was in Q2.
Yeah, it's more a logistics problem, more a supply-related problem, because the orders and the LQs and all those kind of things. On an average, the sequential increase in business will be maintained.
So from here on, you are saying sequential it will go up?
Yeah, you should. I'm sure you had a look at the 9-month number. The OTF has increased by 90%, is about 135, and now it is 261. The revenue in million. OTF and NIP, there is a substantial and significant growth in the NIP as well as the OTF growth in this quarter at 9 months.
Okay.
You see.
So one more question on this. Sorry to be sticking on.
No, please. You're welcome.
Sir, in the past, you have been indicating that there has been a significant capacity addition that you are doing in NIP.
That's right.
Which is a combination of expanding your existing location, and then if required, you will add new plants or new facilities also. Now, whatever capacity expansion that we have done, if you can indicate for their full, whenever they achieve their full potential, and I'm not saying they will achieve in 1 year or 2 years, but whenever they can achieve, how big it can be, because it's very difficult for us to figure out. While you are adding capacity, it can do big volumes, but how do we quantify that? Either what kind of capex we have done, and what kind of asset turn we can expect at its full potential, or some indication you can give, it would be helpful.
Okay. So a lot of the capacity expansion is debottlenecking. Then there is a pure capacity expansion in the, along with the compliances, we are complying for ANVISA now, because we have signed several agreements in Brazil, Mexico, and so on, which we always, very transparently post the moment these agreements are signed, they are available. and they are in the nature of 20 to 30% of the total operating income. In future, when the revenue comes in, this is what you are likely to see, and the overall capacity would actually double in the next 2 years.
Okay, so when you say
that's what the effect we are looking at, a doubling of the overall capacity. And at present, because I spoke about the debottlenecking and addition of capacity, I think we would be able to take about 40% increased output from whatever we are adding in, easily.
So if I assume March 23 of, say, roughly 400 crores of revenue, you are saying that you can expect 20 to 30% of that as a revenue stream coming from NIP based on current capacity. That is the right way to look at it?
That's right. And of course, this is all, there is a lot of qualification in this statement, because capacity normally in a pharmaceutical formulation factory is, in terms of the product mix also, it changes a little bit here and there.
No, fair point, sir. This is all estimation, and that is how businesses work. So I understand that, sir. There could be...
Because product mix is, we have different streams of business. We have nutraceuticals, we have the PFI business, we have got the finished formulation business. As a product mix, what we have anticipated our business growth in terms of in the PFI, nutraceutical, in the finished formulation, we are looking at around 25 to 40% enhancements in capacity in the coming couple of years.
And sir, just one more question on this, on the European filings that you indicated, and we are hoping that H2 25 onwards, F20 financial year 25 H2 onwards, we will see revenue flow coming from regulated markets. So two questions over there. So one, what gives you confidence that there more probabilities that there will not be delays? So what are you tracking over there to be on track that the delays will not be significant over there? That's one question. And second question is, if everything plays out as you're expecting it to play out, major revenue, because H20, whenever it happens, it will be more of a trial orders and it will take another 6 months. So F26 is the year where we will see big flow of revenue. Is there the right way to look at it? So these are the two questions.
It's the right way to think. It's the right way to think, because all the filings are now more frequent. As you must have noted in the quarter to quarter, in the last, if you go 6 quarters back, there used to be a solitary filing, and now I just spoke about different filings in different territories, regulated as well as emerging markets, which are happening more frequently because products are now ready. Agreements are being signed as we speak. And there was one MA result return which was transferred to a partner, which was, ZIM had taken the initiative to file it by itself, and that MA was transferred to new partner. So you will see more and more of that, and that happens only when there is a partner who thinks there is substantial business going to happen. We are also receiving, there is another way to track is out-licensing fees which we have been receiving. You will see growth in that as well, gradual growth. These are all early indicators of the kind of business growth that we and our partners think can come from this business. So all those signs are there.
No, I was more sticking to the 3-4 filings that you have done in the European side, and on which the hope, the initial expectation is that somewhere H2 F25 we will see the flow in.
Yeah. So see, out of that there are 2 are NIP products in Europe. The other 3 are ODS products really.
Yeah.
So more filings are now would come, and as we sign the agreements for them, that's when we will be able to give you a proper guidance.
Okay, so there is a chance that H2 F25 can see some plus minus happening. Because earlier there was a good amount of confidence that the delay should not be there.
I don't think it is there. It is there. I'm just not. I'm just saying the quantification positive, but because the filings are happening and simultaneously there are agreements being signed, it's difficult to quantify at this moment. Maybe 2 or 3 quarters down the line, we will have that confidence to be able to tell you that okay, we are near this number now.
Okay. And sir, one last question. So there is still YOY decline in revenue that we see. Okay.
Yes.
And even on EBITDA side. Now, there was supposed to be some postponement of revenue that you had indicated last quarter. So despite that, there is still YOY decline. So if you can just elaborate what is the piece which is leading to this decline even now?
Yeah, so, there are still some currency-related concerns in the countries where we are working. Certainly the situation has seen a good deal of improvement, and that is reflected in the difference between quarter 2 and quarter 3. So, over a period of time, and I don't know, it's so difficult to predict nowadays how these kind of situations resolve itself. But over a period of time, we feel that even these currency-related problems are easing, and we will be back to how we were. This year, it looks a little difficult to see how we can recover from this in the next 2 months available for us. There was a single Nutra order which did not get repeated because wherever these currency problems are there, in those countries, when you have a currency problem, the natural tendency is to give more preference to the pharmaceutical. You make available currency for the pharmaceutical requirement at the cost of the nutraceutical requirement. But this quarter we also supplied several nutraceutical products, and there are a fair amount of nutraceutical orders also with us. There is a robust order list. But as you know, in several of our markets, we supply against advance. So we are waiting for the currency to come in to be able to supply.
Okay. So what I'm trying to understand is that what is the revenue loss? So last year we did say 100 crores of revenue, and this year it is say 96 crores. I'm just rounding it off for simplicity. So what is the revenue loss on the Nutra side? Is it that 10-12 crore of revenue is completely missing, or is it a bigger number? Assuming that pressure would not have been there, what would have been the revenue?
The revenue loss would be around 30, which we, as I said, there was a single order of several products, but there was only one order. So that hasn't come through because the buyer is unable to get although he has the order, he has got the sanctions, he's unable to get the currency.
So what was that number?
Priority was nutraceutical business.
No, what was that revenue loss that versus last year because of which we are seeing decline? I'm trying to just figure out.
It's about 20 crore.
About 20 crore. Okay, that's a reasonably big number. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Abhishek Agarwal from Prithvi Finmart Private Limited. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. Sir, my first question is on how is our business being affected by the current Red Sea crisis, especially considering that a significant portion of our revenue is coming from the ROW market?
It's certainly affected. It's affected, and the silver lining is that more of the business is now coming from the NIP products. So that's a great thing, even though the business is getting affected. And you can see that the first quarter was disappointing for us and our stakeholders. Second quarter showed improvement, and third quarter is further improvement. So this currency crisis seems to be easing out.
Sorry, sir. I am asking about the Red Sea crisis. What is happening right now?
No, it doesn't have an effect. Pharma business Red Sea crisis could actually indirectly lead to the slow rollout of easement of currency crisis.
Mm-hmm.
That indirect relationship it would have. But we have seen that there is a slow easement of the currency crisis. So Red Sea crisis did not play that big a part.
Mm-hmm.
It's a complex of the various other equations and other things happening in the Middle East.
So will this impact our margin as the logistic cost and other things will go up?
I don't think so. Most of our business is, we send by air. And quite a lot of it is FOB business. So we receive our money and hand it over here.
Okay, sir. And one more thing, given the challenges of price erosion and the regulatory delay in the European pharma market, and as we are also planning to expand in this market, so how confident are we in obtaining timely approval and substantial volume from the European market?
We remain confident.
Okay, so as we have earlier said that by second half of FY25, we'll start getting some revenue from the European market and gradually it will go up. Okay, so we'll stick with that deadline?
Yes.
Okay, sir. And sir, how we are seeing the opportunity from the government business, and what is the margin profile of this business?
It has seen a steep improvement. I will ask Patro to comment on the government business margins. Mm-hmm. So he can take you through that if you want that. But certainly, there are trends. That the government has very, the regulatory authorities have become stricter on the kind of product that are in the market and the kind of regulatory norms that should be followed by local companies. Mm-hmm. And the effect is certainly, it provides a bigger opportunity for companies like ZIM, which are already following very, which are following, for example, our plant is EU certified, EU accredited. So it's a better opportunity for companies like them.
Correct. And sir, how if we can get some numbers on the opportunity side?
So I will ask Shyam to, Mr. Patro to take you through the numbers.
Hello, Abhishek?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the specifically government business, what happens, the cycle is there, good amount of turnover is there, but exactly we are not in a position or due to listed things, we will not disclose the gross margin portion, but it is handy. That's what I get with the overall views.
So because in the presentation we have mentioned it as a better margin business, okay. So it's a better margin business compared to our current margin?
Yeah, it is comparable to that, and even better in some cases.
Okay, sir. And sir, how the receivables days would be for this business? It will be...
It is based on tender documents. Suppose the tender documents of about post-shipment 90 days, 60 days, we receive in time.
Okay, sir. And sir, because someone has already asked this question regarding currency crisis and all, and it is yet to be stabilized, okay. So, as we are expanding our footprint in the other geographies like European market and other geographies, okay, so how will mitigate such kind of currency risks going forward?
The currency crisis will be there, that is the norm of the day. Mm-hmm. So, considering we expand to various footprints, it will be mitigated to some extent, definitely yes.
Okay, sir. And regarding our FF market or FF business, what is the projected peak revenue we can get, and is there possibility to provide a timeline for achieving this peak revenue?
The amount of capex we are doing, the amount of registration we are filing in various markets, so we are pretty confident of positiveness in the market and our results.
Okay, sir. And sir, our last question, like in FY25 and 26, okay, we understand, you know that better than me, okay, regarding the volume growth and all, okay. So considering all the filings, what we are doing and all the approval, what we have in hand, okay. So how the FY25 volume growth or FY26 volume growth we can have, okay. Just a ballpark figure would be helpful in this. Not a specific guidance on that.
At the moment, I can only update you that the registrations, whatever has been made, that will bring sound results.
Okay. Okay, sir. That's from my side. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Dhwanil Desai from Turtle Capital. Please go ahead.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So my first question is on the NIPs that we have filed in Europe. I think we have filed 4 NIPs. So without naming the product, can you give us some sense that, what kind of differentiations we have? Are these all NDTS? How is the market? How many players do we expect? If you can talk a bit more about that.
Yeah, so I don't have any problem in disclosing the products to you.
Okay.
Because it's already there in public domain. We have filed temsuleucin and glucocerid using a new technology, liquid and pellets technology. And the product is actually, the capsules are way smaller than the originator product. It's a product for prostate. And it has been very well received in the markets, and we have signed several agreements. So whatever were possible to declare and are in the public domain, certainly we have filed. There is a lot of interest in the product because in prostate, it's normally taken by older people, older male patients in BPH, and the large size makes swallowing difficult of the original product, and more water is required to swallow. And if you have more water, then people with prostate have a lot of problem during the night. So we feel that we are giving a product with an advantage. The second product which has been filed is pancreatin, which is an enzyme, and we have a technology for making pellets out of these pancreolipase API at a low temperature. And there have been very few players in the market using this, being able to make a successful pancreatin product. Both these products have actually very few players even in Europe. So we are confident. Then we have a product called azithromycin oral suspension where we have done taste masking. And the taste masking is excellent. The product, wherever in the ROW and emerging markets, wherever we have launched, the product has seen very healthy growth. And we feel this, after the filing, after we get our MA, we will see much more traction in this product. It's been a very popular product. We have given market size in the earlier presentations as well for all these products.
Right. Okay. So, sir, can you talk a bit more about, so when, wanted to understand how does it work in terms of the, process. So, when you decide that product, will be filed for any market, do you first approach partners or partner approaches you for certain products and then you have comfort in terms of the market part of it and then you file for the product? So, what comes first?
So we see the market size. We see that we are, in a sense, we are a therapy agnostic company. We are a technology process innovation company. So we see whether the product has some problem which we can solve using our technology. And we develop that. And meanwhile, we are certainly, wherever we can, after signing NDAs, we are in touch with partners who would be interested. And as the product moves towards submission and filing, we enter into final negotiations. And we have explained this in previous calls as well. I mean, I'm always happy to.
Yeah, I will go through that. I think that would save time for everybody else. So, yeah. Second question, sir, is, in the NIP plus OTF is currently 9 months around 26%, almost 10% of our current business. And that too without some of the, we are not yet in the European market. So as things move in next 2-3 years, do we expect this to be, 30-40% of our overall business?
Hopefully, yes.
Okay, and that is a much better margin business, right?
Because the regular business will also grow.
Right. Okay. Sir, second question is, so I think we had indicated in the last call that this year we may endeavor to end at the same level as last year, but apparently from what you're saying, that seems difficult. So is that understanding correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. Okay. And sir, what is this delta coming? Our India business has grown very well for the 9 months. So can you give some more color on that as to how do we see this business from 2-3 years perspective? Do we see 20% plus kind of a growth, or it is more lumpy in nature? How should we look at that?
Which delta were you?
India business, sir. India business.
See, India businesses, we always try to, we try to take a strategic view of all the, different kind of changes that happen around us for the pharmaceutical business. We have taken note of the fact that the government in general and our regulatory agency in specifically is coming down hard on the regulatory part because of certain incidents and because it wants to protect the brand India image in pharmaceuticals. And the government has taken several proactive steps. I'm sure you have read about them in the various publications. So I think this provides, because it will take several months or years for many of the current players, mid or small size, to actually be able to come up to the level that is the government requires. ZIM already being there at that level in as far as the regulatory part is concerned, we have a two-pronged opportunity. The first is, of course, the general opportunity, where if we are ready, there is a window of opportunity for us, because other players will find it a little bit more difficult to get their compliance right. The second is the NIP products by themselves. When they are coming out, there is an opportunity to enter into very interesting partnerships with big pharma in India. Already one product has been licensed in the market, and it is showing very interesting growth in the very few months in which it has been launched by our partners.
Okay. So do we expect this kind of 15-20% kind of a growth to continue as we explore this NIPs? Okay. And so last question, I think you talked about some of the filings we are doing in Brazil, Mexico, South American markets. So are our plans approved by the regulatory authorities in this country, or that inspection will take place when the filing happens?
In the later part of this year, we are looking forward to being inspected. We are preparing ourselves through the capex and other things that is there. Much of the capex is related to regulatory, compliance for these kind of markets, including Anvisa. And in addition to that, the capex is for debottlenecking and improvement in capacity.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Dhruv Bajaj from Smart Tech Sync Investment Advisory Services. Please go.
Hello. So firstly, congratulations on posting a decent turnaround in the performance. So I had a few questions regarding the MENA regions itself. So I have seen some other companies dealing in those regions, like say Tanzania, using rupees instead of dollar for trade. So how feasible is this for us?
I think our CFO will take you through that. He'll be better able to explain to you.
Okay.
Yes, this is Shyam this side. Especially repeat trade is being implemented or encouraged by the government. That we are discussing with our lead banker, because we are in a consortium banking. So once the bank channel is established from our banker, then definitely we'll love to be, or we wish to be in that repeat trade rather than in dollar to dollar.
Got it, sir. Got it. And sir, I was mighty impressed by our R&D spend, considering the scale of our business. So I wanted to understand that since 50% of our current quarter spend on R&D was owing to the registrations and filings. So is this a kind of one-off kind of expense, and R&D expenses are likely to revert back to 4-5% of sales figure mark? Or given the pipeline of filings that we're planning in the near term, 9% might be the right figure to input in our models going forward.
To be put it in a different perspective, we're continued to file in a regulated market, and for filing regulated market and in continuation of the strategy for expanding the footprint, we need to improve the R&D spending, and it is in line with our strategy.
Got it, sir. Got it. And so my last question is that despite losing out on 20 crores worth of revenues from Nutra orders, so we are still seeing strong growth in our Nutra division on a quarter-on-quarter basis. And similarly, our domestic, Asian and Europe region is also growing strongly. So can you broadly give the margin differential between these particular segments?
If you see
target mix going forward.
Overall gross margin at a segment level, there is an improvement in gross margin.
Right.
So in spite of drop in revenue, our margin is consistently there is improvement.
Definitely. So I am trying to gauge that only, that since in this current quarter the share of Nutra was higher, like from 10 to 15%, it was around 25%. So did that lead to the margin improvement, or what is, so basically what is the differential in margins between pharma division and Nutra division? And similarly in different geographies, like say a MENA region or an Indian region. So is there some differential, and what is that? So I wanted to gauge that.
See, market specific at the moment I will not disclose the gross margin.
Okay.
If you see the pharma and the Nutra, both are having a good consistent margin and improving. In spite of like there is some shortfall in revenue, our EBITDA remains same or a good amount.
So, in short, I understand your question as well, although numbers are not, that clear or positive. I would say the margin improvement is being contributed significantly by the increase in the NIP and ODS business.
Got it, sir. Got it. That makes sense, sir. And sir, one last question.
We are not thinking of Nutra or pharma. We are thinking of NIP, and there are certain NIPs which are Nutra as well, and there are certain NIPs which are pharma. So NIP and ODS business together, when their performance increases, the margins naturally increase. Got it, sir. That makes sense, sir.
And sir, since we have done now 4 NIP filings in EU, and we have, so how many others firstly are there in pipeline? And if you could explain me briefly, like post filings, how much time does it take to generally go into the market and scale up product?
Post filing, see the product, the 240 days clock and everything. So for Europe, right? So it's about 1.5 to 2 years when you get your MA. And we can start discussion and negotiations with our partners on the prices, the kind of forecast they have and everything. Based upon the filing being done, everybody notices nowadays. So that's when things become serious. We have our agreements ready by the time the MA comes in, and the timeline is 1.5 to 2 years. That's when the MA can come in. That's average. Sometimes it can go beyond that if some other concerns come up for the regulator. But this is the average timeline is this. And then if the agreement is already in place after the MA has been received, then it takes about 6 to 9 months for the product to roll out, because the other formalities are the market launch and all those things have to be done by the partner.
Okay, sir. And since we are expecting strong growth in Europe region in FY25, so is my understanding correct that we are expecting the rollout to also happen in FY25 since it is already in the EU clause?
Yeah, we think that the rollouts in Europe and regulated markets will start in 25. Although we have also provided you a view of how these NIP products and ODS products are in markets even like India, where they have started contributing to the overall business and making their making a significant difference in our margins.
Got it. And this can also lead to, say, a 40% kind of contribution to the overall revenues, right? If I heard that correct.
It can. It's a possibility.
Okay, so that makes sense. Thanks. That's from my side.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, In order to ensure that the management is able to address questions from all participants in the conference, please limit your questions to 2 per participant. The next question is from the line of Shubham Upadhyay from the Microcap Minute.
Good afternoon. Congratulations on good set of numbers. So I have a just small question. So in the presentation, you have stated that the capex addition for this quarter, for the Q3, was 174 million rupees, and the total for 9 months is 514. So can you give the numbers for upcoming capex, which you will?
I will hand it over to Mr. Shyam Patro. He has a better grip, including whatever recently has been done.
So in the next quarter, we can expect another 25 crores of capex investment, and it will continue in line with the requirement of the regulatory as well as our strategy.
Okay, and is there any number for the 9-month capex for the next financial year?
No, whatever the capex are in work in progress, that will be closed. So that needs some additional investment. And based on the future audit, post-audit, there needs to be some capex additions. So that will be, the decision will be taken post-audit only, not now.
Okay. Thank you. I will rejoin the queue.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Zaid Munshi from Concept Investwell Private Limited. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So, sir, I am just quoting numbers from your annual report regarding the NIP product. So, you have mentioned 6 products, out of which patents have been filed for the 2 and the remaining 4 are yet to be filed. And I think you have written in FY23 annual report that you will file in FY24. So I am guessing few of the products have been filed. Sir, if you look at the market size, so the global market size is upwards of 1 lakh crore for just these 6 products. And even if we remove US, where you are not massively present, then to your market size is upwards of 40,000 crore. So it's a very big market for a size of your, right? So, I just want to ask that, what you guys are doing, let's say there is one innovator who has a patent on the product, and you with the partner are making the same product via different process or technology to get to the same or, even better efficacy of the treatment. So is my understanding correct regarding this part?
That's right. We use technology to solve a problem which the innovator would have, or some difficulty that the patients have, a perceived problem maybe where they feel that, it could be more convenient, or it could be cheaper, or it could be, it's a little complex, so we also make it. But the competitive space is certainly promising. These are the kind of things we do. We use technology to resolve these kind of complexities and create these kind of products which have very good markets.
Okay. So are you filing Para 4? In any of these, have you filed for first to file, or are there more players also in this regarding the 6 products?
Not in the US market.
Not in the? Sorry, sir?
We are not in the US market. We are in other regulated markets. US, Japan, we are not there. We are in all others, including Europe, Brazil, Mexico, Australia, South Africa. These are the kind of markets we feel that, and these are differentiated products, but the claim is not to be, on the lines of Para 4, because those will require clinical trials as well. So the claim is show that they are equivalent but more useful or more convenient to take. So that's the strategy of the company, that we are targeting patient convenience and treatment adherence. And affordable, making products more affordable, more available.
Sure, sir. And so secondly, next question is on R&D part. So I know that you have invested heavily into technology, but again, if you look at from a different perspective, the absolute spend is still less, right? So, I mean, how hard is it to, replicate the product or technology for other big pharma companies? Because at the end, the market size is huge, right? So, how hard is it for the other companies to get into this technology?
See, every company has its own area of strength, and it's certainly hard for any even a large company, because we have outlicensed our products to mid-sized players in Europe who have their own R&D setups. We have licensed our products to a large company in India. There are several out-licensed products in oral films to several of the large pharma in the top 10. So perhaps I would say we can do it very well in a certain price segment, which makes it unviable for other companies to take it up for development, and it makes sense for them to take it from us, because we don't do contract manufacturing, we do out-licensing. So certainly we have really very well acknowledged client base for their existing R&D. So I think it's the differentiation we are bringing, where we are bringing affordability along with differentiated and more convenient and more useful product that counts. Where there is certainly a barrier for any large company to be able to easily do it. I'm not saying they can't do it. They would certainly look at the cost-benefit analysis of being partnering with us rather than trying to do everything from scratch, like us, but non-infringing to us.
Okay. Oh, thank you, sir. I'll join back the queue.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Rohit from iThought PMS. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, sir. Most of the questions have been answered, sir. So just a couple of them. So one, sir, by the end of this year, by end of FY25 rather, how many products in the NIP would you have in your portfolio where you think you would have filed for registration and you would have received the approval as well? So today we have about 4. So what this number would be in
another 7 or 8 would be there by 25. 7 or 8 for sure. Cannot predict. There are some in the pipeline. If everything goes well, those would be added to this as well. Okay. But about I think it would be good to think of receiving 2 or 3 more MAs.
So by end of 25, you're saying the total value would be about 7.
There will be several products submitted and under filing.
Right. Understood. And, sir, in terms of, so 2 questions more. So one is, within this portfolio, is there like an 80-20 in the sense that one product or one product would be very big and the rest, or all of them are equally big from a market size / opportunity standpoint?
No, you know this here. Normally, company de-risk itself to have a foothold in different technologies and different products. But any successful company or even a mid-sized company like ours, it will always be 80-20 when it actually plays out, isn't it?
Right.
They will not be equally successful.
Sure. No, fair point, sir. And
the 20 which will do the 80% of the business will compensate for all the expenses that have been done for all of them together. More than compensate. That's what is my experience after being in this business for 35 years.
Right. And I mean, in the existing portfolio, are you seeing which is that one or?
No, not yet. If I knew, I would stop other products.
No.
Start working on other products. I would only do those which I knew.
Fair point. And sir, in terms of once these things start to give out the results that we've been looking at, we've been hoping for, do you think like the margins that we are right now, 12-13% EBITDA?
Yes, we are. We do think that the margin would improve.
Would you want to give a idea like what is an improvement level that you're looking at? 14-15% is a good number or close to 20%? What is your aspiration?
Percent is what we, EBITDA is what we feel we can deliver if everything goes well.
Can you repeat that, sir? I couldn't.
That's the qualification. 15 to 17%.
Got it.
With the qualification, with the provision, then everything goes well.
Sure.
We do well and the economy also, everything stabilizes.
Fair enough. Sure, sir. No, I think this has been very useful. Thank you so much, sir. And if I have more questions, then I'll reach out. Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Rohan from Turtle Capital. Please go ahead, sir.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. You said in last call you will try to replicate the previous year performance. Looking at 9-month sales, are you sure you are going to able to achieve the?
No, it doesn't look like that. I feel at the moment we are going to fall short of last year by 10 to 15%.
Okay. And do you see the currency issue sustaining as your MENA region sales have been down substantially? And will that region again contribute?
Currency issue is there. Although the difference between both the quarters tell the story that it's easing. We are also trying to, play around with the geographical mix in the work we are doing. And if you, as I said earlier, the Southeast Asian market, the Asia mix is growing. So that's our strategy to de-risk this important, event.
Okay. And what is the progress on regulated market side?
Yeah, that's already we have provided. We have done the filing. We have told you the filing, and the supplies have started. Agreements have been made. All are, I think, we filed on those. And
so we can expect from FY25 that should be reflected on our sales number.
That's right. That's what we are. To summarize, you can check. You could check this the transcript of this call itself, and we have given you some kind of trajectory and input about in this call itself.
Okay. Thank you. That was from my side.
Thank you.
Thank you. And the next question is from the line of Sanjeev Damani from SKD Consulting. Please go ahead, sir.
Namaskar. Sir, am I audible?
Yes, Sanjeev.
Sir, I am new to, certain words. So can you kindly elaborate? One is new innovative delivery. NIP is new innovative product. Am I right?
That's right.
But what about OTF? What is the full name of OTF?
This is a oral thin film technology. That is also an NIP, but we run it like a virtual division because that was, we have a pioneering, position in creating this new segment of pharmaceutical dosage forms. So
I know about it. So how much it is getting popular in India? That would be my immediate question, sir.
It's taking some time to pick up, although several large players have investments.
Is it a very costly thing? Is it a very costly product? That is why we have less acceptance in India?
We are manufacturing it at a slightly larger price than any comparative tablet or a capsule.
Okay.
But it depends upon the partner how to position it.
Okay. Okay.
In fact, some of the partners who have actually given it an extremely premium position also are able to sell it. So I think it's a matter of acceptance of the new dosage form, because when something looks so different from whatever we are used to taking, it takes some time for the technology and its physical presentation to sink in and become popular.
Right.
And from our side, we are making all efforts, including enlistment of these kind of products in various government agencies, government buyers. So where people will be given these products free of cost, and they will learn the ease and convenience of use of these products as compared to the conventional products. Could ensure popularize the whole concept and the dosage form in itself, not the products. So these are all the efforts we are making. We have registered these products in regulated markets, in emerging markets, and now we are trying to make them more popular and available in various different channels, including the government.
Right, sir. And sir, this is the medium of carrying the doses of the medicine. So the medicines are also manufactured by us on this medium?
No, we don't manufacture the APIs. We are a formulation company.
Okay. Achha, then we make formulations. So for that purpose, API we are buying from outside. Whatever FF is for formulation, this thing, na?
Finished formulation, yes.
So this FF for FF product, we have to import our material from China or elsewhere. Are we importing also regularly all our raw materials, or we are fully indigenously able to source?
Our procurement is, the percentages in this order, India, then China, then Europe. These are the three major segments from where we buy our raw material.
How much is on China?
Yes, China is about 20%, 10 to 20%. And we are sufficiently de-risked because we are adding new suppliers for all those things we take from China who are based in India.
Okay. So we are developing indigenous sources also to reduce the dependence, because I have my worries about, products coming from China and our dependence on them. So, I mean, that's common
but that's common to even large pharma and any company anywhere in the world, because
it is inevitable and not dispensable. So we have to import from them. Okay, sir, got this message. Now, last one is that do we manufacture as a contract manufacturing company also?
No.
No. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. And all the best. You have done very well, sir, in this quarter, and appreciate the growth that is achieved in this year. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for your interest, and thank you for the comment.
Thank you. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to management for closing comments.
Thank you very much. I hope to bring, I hope we have been able to address all your inquiries to your satisfaction. If you have any remaining unanswered questions, please don't hesitate to contact our investor relations agency, Go India Advisors. I'm sure they will be more than happy to assist you further and bring you in contact with our investor relations executives and team as well. So always happy to answer and explain the company's strategy and progress. Thank you.
On behalf of Go India Advisors, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.